How do you pronounce your last name? Davis. Okay. I feel like the guys knows.
In today's video, we're going to see a new extension for Joomla from Valentin Garcia, and it's a pretty cool one. And I don't think that it's pretty new, so we like to check out new extensions here in the channel. I'm looking forward to it. You can see him; he's just above me on the screen. Well, maybe you can't see him above on the screen yet. Hey there, Joomla fans! Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Me Work live stream number 290. Here on the Basic Joomla channel, where I show you my favorite extensions, tools, and tips for building and maintaining Joomla sites. I also work on Joomla sites, build them, maintain them, migrate them, do all kinds of stuff. If you're looking to hire someone short-term or long-term, or just to get you out of a spot, send me an email, tim@cybersalt.com. There you go. Hey, look at that. That's me standing on a beach. But because we're using Zoom today, you won't see that background. We'll save it for next week. Anyways, there's me and there's the address. Today's video is brought to you by our channel sponsor, mysites.guru. Do you have a Joomla site? Head on over to mysites.guru and get a free site audit for it. And while you're there, check out all the tools and information that will save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. Okay. A few housekeeping things, everybody. I know you don't like the sad music at the end, so I have a new tune for you. So if you watch to the end, see if you like it or not. Which is funny because everyone talked about the other music as being sad music, but when I was looking at it on the YouTube audio list, looking for something else, they actually have that under the genre happy. So go and figure. All right, so we got Bjorn and Ivor and Vinny in chat there. And that is excellent. All right, so let me unpin myself here and I will introduce you to Valentin. There he is. And I think that should be showing fine. I saw Valentin has this new extension. Hello, William in chat. And I saw it on X. He had a little short video showing what it does, and so I invited him on. And other than email setting up this time, we have not talked. I don't know anything about him. And in fact, yesterday I was in the Joomla user group London meeting, just listening. And at the end, there was some conversation. And I said, hey, do you know Valentin Garcia? And everybody was like, no, well, kind of maybe a bit, but no, they described him as fresh blood. That might not be true. So anyways, Valentin, welcome to the channel.
Hey, Tim. It's great to be here.
Now, first of all, I don't even know where you are in the world. Where are you?
Okay, I'm from Mexico, from a small town nearby Guadalajara,
Okay.
and named San Julian. So it's really a small town. So yeah, my best reference is Guadalajara.
Okay. What time is it there right now?
Oh, it's 12 o'clock.
12. Oh, okay, so you're only an hour ahead of me. So there you go. Well, it's good to have someone in one of the later time zones. So, because here on the west coast of Canada, it's like everybody's getting ready to go to bed just when I'm finally getting up, which is partly my thing there too. And Vinny says you're 2 hours behind him. All right. Well, tell us a bit about your life there as much as you want to. Family, or are you programming? Is this full time for you? What's life like for you there?
Oh, well, I have been doing programming for quite some time. I started like in 2010 around. I mean, professionally. Uh, And since then, I didn't stop it. At that time, I started in Joomla, obviously, and then I moved sometimes to WordPress, then Joomla, and then right now I'm doing both. So
Okay.
that is the short story.
Okay. And did you come from a big family, small family? You married? You got
Ah,
kids?
I'm single. I mean,
You're single? Okay.
yeah, that thing's it's expensive. I'm not that brave. So yeah,
Uh,
my family is so small. I'm the I'm in the middle. I have a older brother and younger sister.
okay.
Yeah.
Good. Vinny asked this question: is he the first guest to wear a tie to one of my interviews? I noticed that he. I asked him for. I asked Valentin for a picture for the thumbnail, and he's got the same outfit on. So that's good branding. That's good consistency right across.
Uh,
Uh,
I mean, the truth is I have a few of the same colors. So yeah, this is another
okay.
one actually.
All right. Now, did you put on a tie just for the live stream, or do you wear a tie every day?
I will say it's an everyday outfit, but I will be lying. So
Good. Bjorn in chat says very good with new Joomlers. Welcome to the best CMS. So we're glad that you're back. Is this your first Joomla extension that you have programmed?
no, I have a long story coding extensions and templates. Um, my first piece of code, I mean, contributing to Joomla was a very old module, name it Kick Menu. I mean, no longer exists. It was something I tried before. But then I moved it really fast to creating premium templates.
Okay.
Yeah, I started doing sales in Team Forest. So
Okay.
still I have a few templates active in Joomla. I mean, with support for Joomla 5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And you're and sorry, I have been not prepared in this. What is the address of your website?
Oh,
I
it's
sh-
htmgarcia.com.
htmgarcia.com.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat there, and I actually should get this. Let's see, I should have that open up on my. Oh, I just started the wrong program. htmgarcia.com because I want to make sure I've got a link to that for you. There you go. Yeah, and what we're going to be showing us today is jVisual CSS, which I think is very cool. Very cool. Even just from the little bit that I saw, I know you sent me a link to download it, but I thought, no, I don't want to see it until you show it. So that's great. Well, go ahead, share your screen, and let's see what it does.
Okay. Okay. So I have a site prepared for a small demo. So first, I will start with the installation process just to be clear. So let's go to system. Okay, log in again.
You got to check in again.
Yeah. Okay. This extension requires two add-ons. I mean, one is a component, and the other is a plugin. So a brief explanation. The component is basically to do all the editing, and the plugin is to render your editing in the front end.
Okay.
So after installation is done, let's go to the manage extensions and be sure the plugin is active. I mean, okay, we're
Yep.
ready. Now we are going to components, jVisual CSS, items. By default, we have a new style. So you're ready to start adding the custom design options. So this is one of my, this is a site that is using one of my templates.
Mhm.
So sorry about the gray placeholder image. Okay. So while you're navigating the preview of your front end right in your admin, as you can see, you notice that some dotted border pop-ups in every element. So for example, I am in this div. I click on this small button.
Right.
And on the left side on the screen, you can see options to customize the design. The options varies depending the element you are customizing. Right now, there are some basic features, but I have plans to add more. For example, we can change, well, the font size. Here is a bad demo to change font size because we don't have plain text. But for example, let's change the margin top. Here we are increasing, and you can see how the element is moving to adjust to the changes instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Same for margin right, bottom left, and even padding. So let's change something that is more obvious, like a button. I mean, a link. So we click in the read more, and in the left, we have options to change the background. Here we have a color picker. So we play with the color, and we use save the option. Now we can change the font size. We can change the font weight and so on. And this is something I just added is the padding and margin options are still not available in the public version, but this is something I'll add soon. So for example, if I need more padding top in the buttons, I use adjust as needed. And when we are ready, we just click save. And to confirm the changes are implemented, we go to the front end. And yeah, the new color and pattern is live. Here in top, we can see also the extra margin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, something important about this is you can create as many items to customize your site, but to be sure the customizations are applied, be sure to set as default. For example, if I did again and uncheck the default option,
Oh,
the
okay.
changes are gone. Yeah.
So what those changes you're making are that they're just adding custom CSS to a file?
Are added to database actually. But yeah, are added it's not saved as native CSS actually, but it's saved in database. It's saved
Okay.
like in a JSON format.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, does it? Now that's your template. So, does it work with other templates?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, let me switch to another template.
Like, so it works with Cassiopeia.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the default one. So I'm trying again.
Okay.
Okay. It looks bad in the demo site, but okay. Let's try. Oh, sorry. Let's try customizing this big. Okay. Sometimes the tricky part is to catch the element.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's say we want to change the background here. So for example, we want to change this button the same. We choose a different background. Even we can add a border for this element, change the border type. Well, that looks really ugly, but font size the same. Yeah, actually, this is the main idea is this to make it work in any template. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's template agnostic actually.
So, yeah, when I saw it, because you did the demo on Cassiopeia, I think it's amazing because um, a lot of people that are, people that are new to Joomla and install Joomla and they've got the default template. Um, there's things that can change, and there's ways to change custom CSS and put them in a certain location and switch back and forth and save. But for someone that is looking for something less sophisticated than that, and that, I mean, that's not really that sophisticated, but that is looking for to be able to just look and change things and then be done with it, it's really great because I mean, across the range in Joomla, there are people that are passionate for the core, and everybody should have. This is extreme, but everybody should have every bit of HTML and CSS coding memorized in their head so they can type it by hand. And then there's people, I'm more passionate for people towards the other end who are like, hey, I want to have a website. I want to change this. I don't want to be frustrated. And to be able to just look at the template and do that and change it. And those changes are template wide, aren't they?
Yeah, actually, that is uh, the main point of this extension. I mean, for example, in this is personal, I love to doing the things in the old way, just going right in code the CSS manually. But many people, yeah, can get really frustrated when they just want to make small changes and they don't want to spend 10, 30 minutes doing a small change. So the main
Mm-hmm.
focus of this extension is people with no technical knowledge in CSS can do this type of customizations.
Now, when you click on an element or an aspect, does your extension show every single bit of CSS that's applied to that?
Mm,
For instance, if you clicked on if there was a table, would it show left aligned, or does it just show the CSS that you've got it set up for right now?
okay, yeah, that is a good question. Right now, the thing with coding this extension is to be in control of changing what you can safely change. So right now I'm allowing specific CSS properties to be customized for each HTML tag. So I decided which one you can change. I mean,
Okay.
there are so many properties
Yeah, yeah.
available, but right now I'm adding, let's say, step by step. That's why I started with the basic ones like color, background, margin, padding. But certainly in the future, I will add more advanced
Okay.
or
Yeah.
not so basic. But yeah, right now tables is not supported, but this one of the things I'm planning to add
Yeah.
in every new release. But yeah, you can that is something that is an important limitation. It's not possible to change all the
Okay.
CSS properties. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wondered if it would. Yeah, I wondered if it was just picking up every single thing. Like for instance, that question mark. That's probably an image, right? So
Yeah.
if you click on that, if it you can change padding for images all across, or
Yeah, images is still not supported, but yeah,
okay. Oh, cool.
uh, uh,
No.
it's a progressive, let's say it's a progressive development, but the
Yeah.
structure is in place.
Yeah. Excellent. Bjorn asks, can you write your own CSS directly, not only by selecting options on the left? Is there a way to put in your own CSS?
Still not, but yeah, it's on my list.
Okay, it's on your list. Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I know when I first contacted you, said, oh well, it wasn't quite ready for release yet, and so it's very early
yeah,
days. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's something. That's why the version is still not even 1.0
yeah, okay,
because yeah, still is. I mean, it's working. I didn't found any issues or errors that can compromise a site,
yeah,
but I think I mean, it's very young.
Yeah, no, but I'm excited about it just because it's there. Now you said you'd like it to work with all templates. Is
Yeah.
there what's the limitations, or what do you have to do in order for it to work with other templates?
Right now, I don't see limitations because the system, the structure is just taking the CSS properties on the fly. So
Okay.
it doesn't care about the template actually.
Okay.
But I will appreciate if somebody is testing this and if they found a bug or something that I will expect,
Yeah.
I will appreciate the feedback. But yeah, it's not limited to a certain templates. It's expected to work with any template.
Okay. So that's it. You're throwing the gauntlet down. Everybody can test it on their favorite template and
Yeah, yeah,
see what
exactly.
works. Well,
Yeah, I
you're
love
you're
feedback.
well, good. Well, you're a brave man because I don't.
Well, most of the time.
Wow, that's really cool. Uh, and now, is there any? Do you have any plans to make this work on the front end as well? If someone's logged in and they can go to a certain page and change something, or
Wow, that's a good idea. I didn't think about it. I mean,
well, there you go.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Something I like here is in extensions development is when the developer focus on user experience. So the point you just shared it, I mean, that could be a great feature. If you just go directly to the front end, it will be, yeah, it will be much better. I think I'll add to my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Kritzer. Hi, Mike. Good to see you today. Yes. Does it make global changes or only change the page you're working on?
It's global. Yeah,
It's
it's a good,
global. Okay.
yeah, it's global. This is a good time to show something. For example, you can, when you are editing the design, you can navigate as you do in the front end.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, let's say I want to go to another page. Okay, let's try something like you'll see a notice pop up.
Okay.
So this is very important. I recommend to click save changes if you are missing something that needs to be saved before proceeding to the next page. So you click save changes and then you try again because now you are sure the changes
Yeah.
are in place. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it
so
works for all the site. Yeah, it's not used for one single page.
now, okay, so it makes global changes, but you can go to a page and see what's on it. And but
Yeah.
if you go to a page and make a change, you're still changing globally. So like if you change the color of the login button on this page,
Oh.
it would change everywhere, right?
Right now it's not possible, and this is a technical aspect I have on my list. And that is because, I mean, here is not visible the CSS selector that is stored behind. For example, when I change a color, for example, for this button,
Yeah.
we have these customizations stored in database, but we also, on the background, we have the CSS selector. So right now, the CSS selector is very specific. So
Yeah.
it won't apply for example, if we have several buttons with the same style in the template by
Mm-hmm.
default, and if we make one of those buttons green, it will apply only to that button or other buttons that match with the CSS selector. But since the CSS selector is so specific, most of the times won't match the same customization for all the elements. So one of the features I have on my list is to be able to choose a more generic selector.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so specific that can target, for example, buttons with the same BTN class, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, right now it's not possible, but that is something that is in my to-do list.
Yeah. Nice. Vinny says he really likes you. There in
Oh,
chat.
thank
There
you.
you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Vinny likes me too, so his standards are low.
Just give me
But
feedback. I will feel great if people give me feedback. Even if it's bad, I mean, I appreciate the criticism. I mean, if it's something
no, he was saying
about,
he likes you.
oh man.
There you go. Good. Well, this is really interesting, and yeah, I just like it. You know, one of the things that like I use Template Creator CK, and when you're designing templates with that, instead of it showing you the actual content of any given page, it just shows you what things would look like on it. So this, you know, this resonates with me very, very quickly, because you're not changing so much the individual page, but you're just changing the big look of the template.
Yeah.
And so you can, and that's, so you don't really need to jump around. The only reason you maybe jump to another page is because there's some CSS at work on that that's not on the other page that you're on. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
okay. And you've got lots of ideas in the list on the go there. Cool. All right. Anything else to show us on that?
Well, something, this is one of the concerns that came up very early. If you don't want to apply the customizations anymore, how how do you, I mean, what is the process? You just delete the extension, go to database and delete a record manually? Well, the solution is simple. If you don't want to use the customization, you just click
Okay.
the state, you just unpublish, and things are gone. This is a very important, let's say, step, because I mean, this extension can be experimental for some people, so there is no risk in using it if you
Well,
are trying just for fun or for something you want to apply to a production site. So you just play with the state of the item.
yeah. Now, Mike said in chat, might be helpful if you if you're if it could create a page with all of the global elements.
Oh, that is a great idea. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. For
That's
example, you want to change all the elements that are using certain
yeah.
class, for example. Yeah. I think that is good for consistency, and definitely is something I have on mind.
Yeah, if you had a whole list like H1, H2, H3,
Yeah,
H4 buttons, and you could just switch through that would that'd be a neat feature too.
yeah.
Now I notice here it says you've got a new button for items. So when would you have a second item? Is that for if you have multiple templates applied to different sections, or
Not right now. I mean,
okay,
right now you can have unlimited items, but the item you choose will be applied for the template you are using. I mean, it's not checking the template,
okay,
but yeah, I see the point in that question, because for some people, maybe they want to use some customizations, maybe for one template and another. And I mean, yeah, that is something I don't have idea how to accomplish that, but it's in my radar too.
nice. Okay, so if you click new right now, it doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, create another one.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but it's not, let's say, it's just another one, and you can just have your only one default design.
Oh,
So
okay. All right. So
yeah,
it's doing one at a time right now.
yeah,
Bjorn said in chat, or a text area with all to change. Okay, so if you're, I think Bjorn's talking more about typing in manually for all of the things.
yeah. I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Doing
that
CSS
I
in
mean
all the way.
that would sort of defeat the WYSIWYG aspect of it, but because if you're gonna, yeah, or all CSS. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Well, that's definitely got. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it comes along and develops. I think it's definitely something I'm going to try on a site, and especially give a user some way that they can edit things. Well, we got lots of time. Should we look at some of your other extensions? I know you're not prepared for that, but
Well, I can show you, but yeah, definitely I'm not prepared. Well,
do you what else have you got that's Joomla 5 compatible?
yeah, I have this one. It's a very simple extension called Easy Shortcodes. It's
Uh-huh.
also available on the Jet.
Okay.
And actually, I don't know if you remember Rock Candy extension.
I do. I still remember it because I keep taking it off every time I'm migrating sites to Joomla 4.
Yeah, sadly, that extension is not available for Joomla 4 and later. So
Yeah.
I decided to create a very simple version. I mean, this is not better than Rock Candy, but does the job. So it does the same job actually. The thing is just a plugin, so it doesn't, how to say, doesn't have this simple way or easy way to add shortcodes through admin. It
Yeah.
requires to do it through a .ini file, so you manually
Okay.
need to add the shortcodes. But yeah, it's a, let's say, a replacement because yeah, I would love to see Rock Candy in Joomla 5, but it seems it's not possible.
Okay. So do you want to just give us a quick demo because not I actually didn't use Rock Candy that much, probably because I had to remember things in my head to use it. So
Okay, let me.
no, and I mean I to be fair to everyone knows I did not tell you that I was going to look at your other extensions. So but I don't. And you were saying it before this that you didn't know about my live stream. So one of the things that happens on my live streams is I'm constantly breaking things and things not working well for me. So don't feel bad if this goes south for you. So
That is the big fear of everybody when things fails, when you are feeling proud of
yeah,
it, and okay, this is not working. Oh man. Okay, install. Okay. Oh, I think I already have this extension here.
that's not at the top.
Yeah, yeah, it was already here.
Yeah, that's right. Bjorn
Okay,
says I'm good at breaking my sites.
yeah, okay, yeah, and okay. This is cool. This is the shortcode, but since I switch it to another template,
Yeah.
it's not rendered as it should be. So let me just switch to the temp. The thing is, the file with the shortcodes needs to be uploaded to the template
Oh,
you are
okay.
using. So that's why it's not working. So let's go to site and play styles, Cocoon, and this should become into our actual icon. Yeah, this is one.
There you go.
Yeah,
And that is so that you have the codes in a file that's uploaded
yeah.
to. Okay.
I'll try to find it. Site templates. Yeah, is
There you go. Short codes any.
yeah, this one. And here we go. Okay, only have one. I'll actually have two shortcodes. The icon one,
Yeah.
you want to render Google Maps.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean this is bad for user experience because you need to manually do
Right.
the job. But yeah, it was just a replacement for
Yeah,
Rock Candy.
because so you use rock candy a lot.
Yeah, I used to. I since I was developing premium templates, I was using some popular extensions, and Rock Candy one was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and Vinny points out, and then I get everybody in the channel to help me fix what I break. Well, all right. So now let's about templates. What's your process for coming up with a new template
Uh,
when you're selling one? Like, so you're like starting from scratch, or do you start with a sort of a base layout and then you start to do design, or do you have someone else that does the design, or?
I try it many ways. I try from scratch, then try it using, for example, uh, Protostar template in the Joomla 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to try Protostar as base for new templates. But to sell premium templates, since you need to create something that is like impress because people will pay for it, I did some network connections with designers. For example, I worked with a guy from China. He
Mm-hmm.
made the design, so he provided the whole design in HTML and CSS, and I made the conversion. That is,
Okay.
I think that is the best process because since you need to provide a great design and you are creating the programming to make that design a Joomla template, so it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to be really good in both at that level. So for
Well,
premium
that's
stuff,
yeah, that's why I asked, because I mean, designing and programming are two very different things. So I would think that if you were good at both, you would be a bit of a unicorn, in my opinion. So,
I mean, I do a lot of design stuff, but when dealing with dynamic content generated and
ah,
more specific in template team design, you need to focus on one and work with somebody that does a great work in the other task. So that
no,
is what works best, actually.
nice. So they just give you the raw HTML; it all looks like it, and then you have to start adding module positions and
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, and it's a fun process, actually. I enjoy. I mean, I don't do much design work in Joomla templates lately because I don't know, it's not selling very well in the last years. But yeah, you have this modular code and you need to figure out how to move the piece of code that renders the module to
mhm.
its proper file adjusted to Joomla, and really it's fun. I mean, it's like, I think there's a word for that, but I forget it. It's like, yeah, it's like framing, but with PHP.
Now, from a business perspective, so you said you've been doing stuff in WordPress and Joomla and back and forth. Are have you sort of returned to focus on this in Joomla because you're looking to work on something else just for a change in your own life, or are you tired of all the legal yelling that's happening in WordPress right now?
Okay, this is a sensitive topic, and
Yeah.
my answer is closer to the second point you mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah, without talking too much about that, I felt disappointed about the recent events in WordPress. Yeah, I mean, I saw problems in Joomla before, nothing compared to this.
No.
Yeah, so I feel like, okay, maybe WordPress right now is still big enough to be the king of the CMS, talking on the market share, because talking about the code structure, I think Joomla is way better. The thing is, I don't know. I don't know what will happen in WordPress in 5, 10 years. Maybe
No.
I don't know. I'm being pessimistic. So that
Well,
disappointment bring me back a bit more to see Joomla again and work a bit more in. providing some, I mean, in contributing, because about Joomla is about you can sell premium stuff, but also it's important to provide something for free to the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that I mean there's the passionate part of the CMS wars, if we're going to call it that, and everybody wants to belong to something and contribute and feel good about it. And but then there's also the practical side, the business side, and I imagine that just like me, you like to eat every day. So
Yeah,
so you can be passionate and involved and contribute to the community or different communities, but you also have to realize, oh, if um, if WordPress ends up going the way of Tesla right now, you want to, I mean, there's just nothing is guaranteed. And that holds true for Joomla as well. There could be
yeah,
something that comes along that just absolutely changes things, or something could happen in the organization, any organization. So to have all of if you're making a living, if it's your business, you have to have a plan.
yeah. You need to move to the platform that gives you more chances to make some money. Yeah, that is true.
Now, are you doing anything with AI these days, or?
Oh man, I feel old to talk about AI. I try a few just for fun, a few small projects a couple of years ago, but then I feel overwhelmed about
Yeah, yeah,
the drastic change. But I mean, it will happen. So maybe it's better to adapt. So lately I'm using it only for coding with Cursor editor. So it's
mm-hmm.
really, I mean, it's great. But yeah, I don't advise to use too much because you need to be sure what you are coding. And if you let an AI code everything and you don't check what is all
Yeah,
that code, you won't know how to fix it in the future. So yeah, be careful, but use it.
yeah. It's like I think someone described AI as like a toddler. So it needs supervision. So
Yeah, yeah,
if the 3-year-old comes to you and says, "Look, what I built a chair," you might want to look at it before you just sit on it. So
exactly. Yeah, don't trust too much. Yeah,
yeah.
like I
In the
said.
chat here, Vinny says he doesn't like working in WordPress, and the problem is many people don't realize how much better Joomla is. And Bjorn says exactly, and Ivor says I have a customer that made a new site in only AI. He's not very pretty, but they're happy. So I saw someone post. I saw an ad about a year ago. It said um, it was for how to make the AI to make a web page. And so I commented, I said, I fix pages that AI makes. So
Yeah, I think that will be a new kind of job position in the future because this trend about vibe coding, which is a weird naming, yeah, many people, I mean, that is cool. People who is not able to understand how coding works are able to create cool stuff, but at the end you need to know your code to fix things. Otherwise, the AI is not able to. When you're working with one single file, is not a big problem. But when
yeah,
you have a thousand of files for the same project, the AI still can process that amount of information. So it misses the context to make changes.
yeah. Ivor says AI is good for creating text and images. So yeah, I know. I've been enjoying. I did a blog post on my channel. It's something that Mary Nevius, who's usually on the channel, but she's I'll say hi to Mary because she watches the replays because she has something else to do on Wednesdays now. But it was a YouTube video on AI and SEO, and I thought, oh, that'd be interesting to show. And so I had watched it, but I took the video, put it in Notebook LM. It it took the subtext, the closed captioning, gave an outline, and I just said, hey, give me a 500 to 600 word summary about this video. I'm writing a blog. I want to encourage people to watch the video. And it did that nicely, and that was good. And I'm not trying to do it to get traffic. I'm doing that for people that are, my clients or people that'll be on my site. I'm not worried so much about attracting. So I didn't try to make it not look like AI, but it's written, but I just could just keep going through iteration and say, oh, that's too technical. Try to make it a little friendlier. And even now for this live stream, I used Gemini. I just said, hey, I have a live stream. I'm interviewing someone who has a new extension for Joomla, and here's the link for what it. I took the text from your page saying what it does, and it said, I said I need a tweet for this live stream to announce that he's going to be on my channel, and it gave it to me, and I thought, good enough. I put it on there, and so that was very fast, right? But I was giving it all the facts. I wasn't saying, hey, come up with an idea for a video that will be popular. So
Yeah, I mean the chances are unlimited, but it's really great to use AI for time-consuming tasks, something
yeah,
that doesn't require you to think too much. Just make things automatic. Yeah.
yeah.
But don't use it to write a book because yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I saw that a lot. So
Yeah, well, and that's what happens is the people are, they're not, the people that advertise the program that you can use AI to write a book and publish it, their passion is not to put good literature out. Their passion is to sell this program to people that want to write a book and
yeah,
put
exactly.
it out. Now, I will say this, and maybe if Bjorn wants to paste the link in there, Bjorn, he has a YouTube channel that has AI music on it. And a thing I guess he's experimenting with. But anyways, he shared the link, I think in the live stream last week or 2 weeks ago. So I put it on just for fun to listen to what it came up to. And actually, as just in the back music, just in the background is Western music. It was because it's country music. I was kind of surprised at just how it was fine just to have in the background. And I did listen to the words. I didn't look at them too closely, but the thing that made me chuckle was that each of the videos has like a picture that goes with it, and the AI had some pretty weird pictures. Like they had a guitar it was like if you had smashed two guitars together and two necks to it and that. But I thought it was kind of fun just to see as an experiment. But I don't think Bjorn's going to be winning any Grammys for his AI Western music on there, but still, it was fun.
Yeah, there are a lot of experimental or I mean AI is good to explore scenarios we can or we shouldn't try in real life. So yeah, it's a lot of fun on it.
Good. All right. Well, so do you like living somewhere where there's no snow?
No snow. I mean, where I live is we don't have snow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I remember having snow in my hometown a couple of times, and people thought it was the end of the world. They were scared. So
I can't quite picture in my mind where Guadalajara is in Mexico. So is that southern? Are you near coast or
yeah, it's near coast actually.
is it the Pacific side?
It's I mean, I'm really bad with
Yeah, here I should probably
geography.
just Google it here. Let's see. Guad.
I should know that actually. This is embarrassing.
Let's see. I don't even know how to spell it, but oh, here we go.
Is closer to the same coast as California, actually. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
best
Pacific
reference.
there. Yeah. So you're probably how long Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, Puerto Vallarta is the closest beach to Guadalajara.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if I can share this screen here anyway, so I might be able to see. Let's see here. If I do full, which one does I want here? There we go. There's Guadalajara there. So yeah, you're down there. I've been to Mexico once. We went on a mission trip where we're handing out shoe boxes from that organization, Samaritan's Purse, and we flew to Mexico, and then we flew down to Chiapas State, and we were down in Chiapas and Tabasco. Yeah, we were. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so we were there for a week and got to some neat places. So there's one because we weren't really there as tourists, and some of the places that we ended up going to were we pulled in off the highway into this parking lot by a gas station, and they opened up a gate, and then we took off into the jungle behind it for an hour. So that was interesting.
Yeah, you were closer to Central America. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, a couple of times we got one time we went through a military checkpoint. We had the sandbags and machine guns, and came on and inspected some of our bags, and which was interesting because one of my bags was one of the ones that they searched, and when they opened it up, it was all full of balloons for kids. So so I think they figured out that that was a that we were safe. Vinny just pointed out that on that map it says Gulf of Mexico. So
Oh man.
when the SpaceX capsule landed yesterday, SpaceX, they're doing the live thing. They said that it splashed down in the Gulf of America, and I thought, where's? Oh, okay, yeah. So, and yeah. I don't want to break down into politics, but just interesting that Vinny said that. So,
yeah, what I understand is in US right now officially is Gulf of America, and for the rest of the world is Gulf of Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and actually, that's just a fun check here. I'll go back to sharing my screen there, because I searched for Guadalajara, Mexico, and it came up Gulf of Mexico. I wonder if I searched for Houston, Texas. If I search for that, no, it's still Gulf of, and this is on Brave, so I don't know what they're. No, it still came up that way. So. Just a little bit of map fun. Vinny says he'll never call it the Gulf of America. And by the way, Vinny is in Vermont, in Northwest states. So, anyways,
I guess the next president will undo the change. Will say, okay.
I don't know if that. I don't think it'll ever be changed because they have to change all the signs.
Really?
Well, yeah, because
it's a lot of money.
Well, that's one of the things they're saying. But but anything that would say Gulf of Mexico on the sign, or who knows? Anyways, I don't think it'll ever get changed back. And I mean, it's just in the big scheme of things, it's just a quirky thing. So, but anyways, my rule on the channel is not to get bogged down in politics about. Anyways, yeah, I'm just going to avoid that because I'm in Canada and you're in Mexico and we both have thoughts. So,
especially right now, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right now. So, good. Well, do you have anything else that you'd like to show or say, or?
Well, just one important thing. jVisual CSS is a free extension because right now it's listed as a paid extension, and that is because, yeah, my bad. I can change until I think I need to wait like 3 months to make the change, but it's free. It's free. I mean, despite it says it's paid download, it's free.
All right. So let's see here. We've got where did we end up going here? Let's see. Let's go HGM Garcia. I'm going to get that again. And I'm going to share this screen. So here's the link to your page. Now, and it's interesting that you do template design, and is this
Yeah.
Cassiopeia?
Yeah, I mean, that website looks bad publicity for me.
Well, when we're talking earlier about that, if you were if you could design and code, you'd be a unicorn. Another thing that I've noticed is that it just as a general rule, I mean, we can only be good at so much, but people that are really good at coding and programming aren't necessarily good at promoting themselves. So,
Oh, yeah, that is another task.
yeah.
Marketing and that stuff. Yeah.
But
But
I'll tell you, when I go to developers' website and they've got and their extensions, and I see, oh, it's just a plain site that they've put up. I don't think, oh, their extension's probably not very good. I actually think the opposite. I think, oh, they're good at coding and they want to get this up and they're busy working and developing. They don't want to spend a lot of time on design, and so I don't think of that as a bad thing. So,
yeah,
want this ad for free? I do want it for free. Here we go. Woohoo! And so a nice explosion of confetti there. And so I will get that in my inbox. And we'll go back to here. Everybody, just to give you an update. Last night when I went to bed, I only had 27 emails in my inbox. So Valentin, I've been working on getting to a 0 inbox. And I am getting very, very, very close. And I'm very excited. So now I have to watch for your email here. And ordered from lemonsqueezy.com. Who's that?
yeah, yeah. I'm using a third-party provider to handle downloads. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's the email that came in there. I shared that on the screen. Show images. Thanks for the order. There's a picture of you. And to download it, do I go to view order?
Yeah.
Okay, view order, and then I can download it. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm going to officially put this in. This is Joomla 4, Joomla 5, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Does it work in Joomla 5 without the backwards compatibility plugin?
No, it doesn't use anything.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah, actually, when I submitted the listing to the JET, yeah, I noticed that, and I'm not aware how that works. I guess it's for extension that are coming from Joomla 3, right?
No. Joomla. Okay, I've got that downloaded. Joomla 4 and Joomla 5. I mean, this is the way that I explain it and understand it. Let me just switch back to here. Is they have different dialects, right, in the code. So in order, when they came out with Joomla 5, they were going to say that everything originally that everything would need to be redone for Joomla 5 because there was changes from Joomla 4. So and everybody freaked out. So so what they said was, okay, we're going to have a backwards compatibility plugin. So basically, with that running, if you install it, it's support. And I've only seen like 2 or 3 exceptions. If you have, if it runs in 4, it will run in 5 with the backwards compatibility. But there are some classes, I think, if I'm using the right term, that in Joomla 4 that break in Joomla 5. So if you turn off that plugin, the backwards compatibility plugin, you basically break your site. Okay. And so when eventually when 6 comes out, I think they'll do the same thing towards 5, but what works in 4 is probably not going to work in 6. So you've got, an extension can be Joomla 4 compatible, and then it will work in Joomla 5 with the BC, the backwards compatibility plugin, or you do a completely different version for Joomla 5. So that's native. So then you would have a separate download for 4 or 5. So I'm not a programmer. I think there's some, I don't know if there's people that have, if there's a way to make it work with the core, the native 5 language and 4 at the same time. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like something jQuery did. I mean, it's a different topic. If you run jQuery, a very old version of jQuery,
yeah.
you might need jQuery migrate to make the framework still works. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate the
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, you should talk to someone that really knows what's going on about it, but just generally. Ivor says he turned off the compatibility mode and it's still working. So maybe he accidentally did it right.
I hope.
Good. Yeah, Bjorn says I need to download both files. I did. I think maybe Bjorn's a couple seconds behind on the live stream there. I downloaded the plugin and the COM. Hey, curious, is there a way for both the COM and the plugin to be installed at the same time?
Still not, because I need to figure out how to create a package installation.
Yeah,
I know it's possible, but yeah, it's something I should do in the future.
Yeah,
But
because last week we were looking at an extension, and from Joom Helper, I bought their bundle, and there's one of them that was for inserting price tables, and there was a module, and then there was also an editor button, and when I installed it, the editor button didn't show up, but I figured out later on that what I missed on their page for that extension, there was 2 buttons, and there's one, anyways, it just was a user interface thing. So, but we're going to see that next week on the live stream, because I'm going to update everyone on that. We have a few more things to look at. So, all right. Well, this is, let's see what's going here. Yeah, it's been really, really good meeting you, getting to know you. You're welcome to come back on anytime. Pop on, or even it doesn't even have to be live. If you got something else new you want to show, or new features added, you and I just record a little Zoom call. You show them, I'll put them on the channel, because I think that's a pretty cool thing. So,
I appreciate it.
That you're doing.
Yeah, it has been fun. I enjoyed the jokes.
Well, there you go. Brent says a good package is quite simple. Brent knows all about the development side of things and programming things. So, but you do what you could do.
Yeah, it's a matter of seeing it. It's in the documentation, trying, and yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that covers everything there, and it was good talking with you. I'm going to wrap things up, but don't you hang up. We'll talk afterwards after the stream's over. But okay. Let's see here, everybody. I'm going to find my buttons here. All right, so this is the moment. A lot, if you want to hear the new music, tell me what you think about it in chat. And there's other songs I could pick. I almost thought about having some options for people to vote on, but then that's time as well. So. But we'll wrap that up there. Get my finger on the right button here. Brent says it's just putting the plugin and component into a zip with the package XML at the head. Hello, William.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the challenge is to understand how the XML needs to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can tell from what you've got there that you're more than capable of figuring it out.
I hope.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. This is really good. For your questions and comments, and sharing this this interview time with Valentin and that. So, as usual, I hope that wherever this finds you, be it morning, evening, afternoon, or tomorrow, that you are well. Until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.
Thank you, Vinny.